Who from the Ninities hasn't played or at least known about GTA? This fact alone makes us explore, compile, and list to you Amuse Top 10 Greatest £2 Games of all time. But then, these are our picks. Tell us about your fav in the comments. And if you enjoy ours, then like, share, and subscribe to Amuse Top 10. Number 1. Final Fantasy X 2001. Final Fantasy X was the Square Enix game that effectively solidified the company's position within the PlayStation ecosystem. It includes new mechanisms that function equally while abandoning a few of the ones that made earlier games successful. The latest battle structure made it easier for newbies to join the series without feeling under pressure to act hastily and potentially irresponsibly. Players now have more options for fine-tuning their characters' stats with a new sphere grid. Number 2. Tony Hawk's Underground 2003. The elements of the game were straightforward and surprisingly deep. The plot was lighthearted and campy. The soundtrack was massive, with more than 70 licensed tracks, and the tale was enjoyable and entertaining. Although the story mode and apparent Jackass-inspired comedy drew some conflicting responses from the community, Underground was the best pro skater game in all but name. Number 3. Dark Cloud 2, aka Dark Chronicle 2003. The tale isn't as compelling as its predecessor, sure, but Dark Cloud 2 outperforms the first game in other respects. The voice acting is far superior to what we had previously. The mechanics and fluidity of fighting have been greatly improved. The most fabulous upgrade of all, you're free from having to deal with that annoying hunger mechanic. Number 4. Sly 2, Band of Thieves 2004. Watching this franchise develop from a straightforward 3D platformer into a pioneer of open-world gaming was terrific. The addition of Murray and Bentley as playable characters, objectives that gave off the vibe of pulling off a major heist, and most significantly, better voice acting from Kevin Miller, Matt Olson, and Chris Murphy contributed to this radical change in level design. Number 5. KATAMARI DAMACY 2004. It's the most straightforward mechanical concept combined with the most insane layer of paint imaginable. This non-stop parade of ridiculous scenarios and hilarious sights is a joy not only for how silly it is, but because it's also endlessly optimistic the whole way through. And while the rolling may be simple, that mechanical core is so much fun that KATAMARI DAMACY immediately rolls up people's hearts. Number 6. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater 2004. Whether you enjoyed the Metal Gear series or stealth games, Snake Eater is the best illustration of how to do it. Moreover, more than hiding in boxes or around corners was required. Players had to take a more cunning and tactile approach when playing Snake Eater. The emphasis was on using your surroundings to elude security and sneak into places. Instead of having a minimap that showed you where every adversary was, you had to use sonar and motion detectors and your own eyesight to keep track of guards. Additionally, you had to monitor how effectively your attire made you blend in with the surroundings. Number 7. GTA San Andreas 2004. While Rockstar continuously came up with daring new methods to raise the bar for open-world games, GTA San Andreas in 2004 was a step forward unlike anything we had ever seen. Players may have CJ and his friends survived gang shootouts, high-speed police chases, and frenzied, expansive heists on foot or in dozens of different vehicles in the game's enormous, lively state of San Andreas, which contains 3 cities roughly based on Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. In addition, San Andreas was the first game in the series to integrate survival and RPG elements. For example, CJ's talents might be adjusted based on how much he exercised or tracked his diet. While each game in the GTA series is a classic, San Andreas is one of the most complete and unforgettable open-world titles ever created and the apex of the PlayStation 2 gaming experience. Number 8. Psychonauts 2005. Psychonauts combines a classic coming-of-age story set at a summer camp with psychic secret agents in a way that makes both elements work nicely together. It's challenging and frequently hilarious and tells a fantastic tale while guiding you through absolutely amazing levels, each of which evokes the deranged psyche of the genius who created it. Psychonauts continues to astound with its excellent designs, both graphically and in terms of gameplay, and many unforgettable moments. Number 9. God of War 2005. It threw a terrific blend of